So the scene in this cartoon is Lot having an incestuous relationship with his two daughters after the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, many people who deconstruct, we already understand the incestuous nature of the Bible. But then there are others who would say that, hey, they legitimately thought that the world had ended. So since they legitimately thought the world had ended, they thought they had to repopulate the earth, kind of like Noah had to do. But that's not the real reason why this incest is in the Bible. The real reason why this incest is in the Bible is because from the daughters of Lot, you get two groups of people, the Ammonites and you get the Moabite people. This was their way of explaining how the Moabite people, through the line of the Moabites, you get Ruth, and then you get the lineage of King David. But also, his son Solomon married an Ammonite woman. So therefore, you're creating the royal bloodline. And to those people at that time frame, in that era, incest was not looked upon as harshly as we looked at it today. But then because the Bible doesn't speak with one voice, we have some issues with the Bible. Was it not Moses who was told to go and destroy the Moabite people? And although it says that Moses did go and destroy and fight the Moabite people, to which his wife, Zipporah, one of his wives, Zipporah was a Moabite, yet we still get Ruth later on. If they killed the Moabites, how is that possible? Well, the other reason why it's possible, because we know historically, when the writers of this book was writing it during the Babylonian captivity, the Israelites of that day knew that the Moabite people were actually conquered by the Babylonians. And since they were conquered by the Babylonians, they knew that the Moabite people still had to have existed long after you get your Moses story. So they just incorporated the Moabites to be in the line of David and in the and the Ammonites in the marriage, one of the marriages of Solomon, because we know Solomon had a whole bunch of wives and a bunch of concubines. You know, it's one of those things about the Bible that it doesn't care about history, being accurate in history. So when people say that the Bible is a historical book, they fail to realize that the writers of the Bible didn't care about it being historically accurate. What they cared about was getting their narrative and propaganda as far as their lineage and them being a kingdom of people who's been around in royal bloodlines and selected by this Canaanite God to be the children of that God. So that's why there are so many historical inaccuracies when you look at the Bible compared to actual history. But either way you slice it, here's the problem, the biggest problem to me. If this God, a perfect God, was trying to create a perfect world, and if this God, after the fall of man, was trying to correct man, why would he bring so-called greatness of King David through incestuous lines? Christians today would say, well, he's trying to show that even through the negative, he can bring about a positive. Nah, if I'm a good God, I'm choosing my best people so I can get my best results, so that people like Renz cannot later on come and show how immoral I am. That's what I would do. If I was God and I wanted people to believe in me, I would have to have the highest moral principles that no man could ever even contemplate coming close to. Yet we constantly are more moral than this deity, day in and day out. So hey, y'all believe in this book? And your sister fine? Don't get that poom poom. Your brother fine? Don't get that ping ping. Because it's okay with your Bible. Because out of the line of you and your brother and you and your sister, God may bring about some greatness. So don't get your brother and sister poom poom or that fine cousin who ain't even removed that even one time. Don't get some of that. Because out of that, you don't know the workings of God. So y'all have a great day. And remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.